Well, a Tesla Cybertruck crashed and burned in front of the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. A blatant demonstration. The person inside died and burnt up. A few people got injured, but so far that's pretty much what has happened at this point. Why and who that is, they don't know yet as of this video. This is so blatant. A demonstration of what you can expect this year and what absolutely has to change. This is a great subject matter. You're going to hear me talk about it as we go into the craziest stuff you've probably ever seen in your life in 2025. And I hope that you'll watch this video and put some real deep thought into what I'm going to propose to you today, because this is the emphasis on the shift in the switch that's going to happen that you have to be diligent about. Let's talk about it right now. Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an amazing life. Wow, this is in our face right now. I'm going to talk about what's happening with all of these events and the divide that's happening, that has happened, and it started with the elections here in the United States, and it is absolutely at the core of the transformation of our entire planet. And you need to hear me out on this one, because you can have an amazing year that rolls into more amazing, beautiful years, and an era unlike any other, no matter what happens on the destructive side. And I promise you that is absolutely what's going on. So I hope you'll subscribe. A little thumbs up supports my channel and lets YouTube know, yeah, you like peaceful channels, you like positivity, you like to know that there is something we can do about all of this. Those of you who want to start making higher choices, I have all kinds of free stuff in the description, including a webinar, free webinar called digitalexplorers.net. We're creating planet conscious online businesses, no matter who you are. There's a movement, and I'm a part of that, a huge part of changing the paradigm of how we earn, what we do for a living, how we contribute. It has to be in every area of our lives. You ready to join that? Check it all out. Let's talk about what's happening. There are a lot of people who are very upset, and I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to ask you if this is you. Are you spending your time looking at all these things? The drones, the fog, the this, the that, the Trump, and it's on and on. I did a funny video. Maybe you didn't think it was funny. Video on Greer, and what I was really trying to express in that is we're so caught up in this material world of they're doing this and they're revealing this and they're disclosing that, and it has gotten really, I just think, humorous. And I wanted to demonstrate how insane the focus is on all of that. But then there's some of you that feel that you need to know the truth. What is the truth? But if it's not yours, I've noticed that you will shut down on other people, slam them down, and go to a side. This is the distraction that is causing the community to divide and stay in the basement of the mansion and never go up to the penthouse, where we are one beautiful community that works together. Our differences should be celebrated, and it's not happening with a vast majority of people out there. They're getting so caught up in all these crazy distractions, and what's happening is social media has allowed people to put up any crazy thing and talk about how this is wrong and what it means and who's doing what, and every story is different, and whichever one you pick, you say it's right, and then you argue with your neighbor, and that is the whole platform of whatever you guys put name to it. But the regime, who loves us arguing with one another. They love it when you come to my channel and you don't like what I say, because I don't hate Gates, or I don't hate Trump, or I don't hate the Democrats, or I don't hate anybody. I just say they are what they are. They're doing what they are doing. And I don't have to agree. I don't have the answers. No one can actually know anything. Not really. So when I talk about Greer and all these other people out there who are investigating these things and no one has the answer yet, why are we wasting our time on that and then arguing about it? It is the great distraction. And I've said this before in a few videos ago. It's where they want us. In conflict, especially with people like me. They want you shutting people like me down because my focus is to empower you to be a creator and a change maker and to not focus on that. But you're going to get caught up in it because it's addictive and we're programmed. And we are told this is how things should be. Religions and our countries and you name it. How I should live my life, all the rules and regulations, and it's time to let them all go and say, I just don't know. I don't know. What are you going to do right now? Can you let go of the judgments and criticisms and, I'm leaving your channel now, Landria. Bye. You'll be back. Maybe not. I really do care. Why? Because you don't have to agree with me. I have my own opinion, but I'm not going to hate because you do. And I'm not going to call somebody wrong because you think they're wrong. I'm allowed my opinion. If we can respect one another for that, we don't even have to have discussions. Do you know, my friends and I, we don't even discuss these things. We just think it's a waste of time. We focus on the things we love and enjoy in our lives. What are you doing? Are you going into the great division, the great conflict that is absolutely desirable by those in power? They band together, and they even band with their enemies. Yes, they do. They all have deals going on. They're more powerful that way. They know if they are up against each other in a way that disempowers them, that together that they can rule the world, even if they do disagree. Now, yes, we have enemies. That's that old world that's never going to go away. Well, maybe at some point. But I'm asking you right now, what are you doing? Are you going along with the great distraction? The great distraction is keep them on these media sites, keep them on these crazy YouTube channels where somebody's going to tell you this is what's going on and that what you should do and who you should hate and who's a problem. And even Greer, you know, he's the guy with the answers. And I'm not trying to pick on him. I used to love him. I've seen him change. Why? I think people are selling out. They're getting caught up in the material world and the importance and the ego. And this is going to test you. Your ego is being tested right now. Are you going into the great distraction? It divides us. It keeps us in conflict. It destroys us. And yes, that is when we will have a depopulation because we're doing it to ourselves. They're not doing it to us. That small percentage of people, they don't have to. They just have to keep us arguing. Can we just be kind to one another? Do we even have to take a side? Do we have to know what anything is anymore? I'm losing my sun here. The sun is going down and I look at this and I think, what a beautiful planet we live on. What a beautiful, beautiful place. And we're not even looking at it. We're so busy picking sides and blowing up a cyber truck. Elon Musk is looking into this also. What's he going to find? Hate. Hate. They're going to protect themselves. What are we going to do? We don't have to protect ourselves. You're eternal. You must know the truth. You're going to be here a very short period of time. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to go into love? Or are you going to be taking sides and have your little fact sheet? And you're right. You're always right, right? Huh? What you think is always right. That's the ego. You guys don't always like it when I say, I just don't know. Even with people you call evil. Be careful with that. Be careful with that. And you want to insult? Everything you do comes back to you. Everything. What you place out there is manifesting like this. It's accelerating, accelerating. I know. I've been experiencing it. Did you watch my video about life reviews? You're actually, some of you, like myself, are getting life reviews as you're walking around. getting flashes of your entire life. You're reviewing. You're getting a chance to change things right now. We all can go to 4.0, 5.0. We all can go. It never ends. There's no limit to how high you can go and the powers that you can wield on the highest frequency. And there are those who use it on the lowest. The powers are the powers. How you use it is going to determine your entire reality. Are you ready to step away from the great distraction and say, whoa, I got caught up in it? That's the divide, that's the destruction, that's the revolution out there that's going to happen amongst those who think somebody wins. We never do on that level. That's the low part of the game, the matrix game. The high level, we don't even have to have answers up there. We just work together to create something beautiful. And you know what that is. Happiness, acceptance, love, joy, compassion, non-judgment, no arguing. What are you going to argue about? You have the answers? Come on my show. I'll interview you. You can tell everybody all the facts that you have that make you right. My friend just told me that she actually knew somebody who told her the world was flat. Some of you might be going crazy right now, going, it is. I said, I really don't care. And she said she didn't care. I said, did you ask what happens, what's at the end of it? And you know, what happens when you get to the end? She goes, I didn't even care. I said, good. How much time are you going to waste on things that just don't make sense to you? And if you think the world is flat, okay, it is, because your reality is true. But so is mine. This is the beauty of our being a human being. We actually get to choose our own truth. There is no one truth except for all is one, all is source, all is source of love, unconditional. There's no judgment. There's no judgment. You are that creator that is experiencing every aspect of itself, and some of it's quite dark. And we can pull out of it right now. Can you look and say, am I attacking somebody because they don't believe what I do? That's ego. You don't want to be there. Because that's going to come back to you. Separation comes back to you. And trust me, someday we're going to need one another. And it won't be a problem when those days come. It's actually going to test us in the most amazing way, and we're going to be proud of our response. I hope you'll subscribe and share my videos. This is the big test. The great distraction. This is what's going to take you over here or over here. Let's build something over here. Let's be the change makers. What's not working? Let's change that, and let's focus just on that. Whatever you place your attention on, you're creating. Whatever you put out there is yours immediately. There's no delay in that. It's already done. I am my future right here. Whatever I'm thinking, that's my future. Is it ugly? Is it conflict? Is it anger? Is it ego not getting what it wants? You didn't vote for my person. That will be your future. Are you loving and kind? How can I contribute? How can I be the change? How can I be the person that accepts somebody who doesn't agree with me? I don't care. I don't need to. I don't have the answers. I don't know what Bill Gates is doing. I don't know anything about all those people out there. No one of us does. No one of us does. Not even those who are closest to them. But I know one thing. We will be our own destroyers. They don't have to do anything. Do you remember the Twilight Zone? Where the aliens come and they just did a few things? Pretty soon the neighborhood was killing each other. And they were just sitting there saying, wow, we didn't have to do anything. And one of the extraterrestrials, they look like humans, said, is it always like this? And the other one said, yeah, the whole planet's like this. We don't have to do anything. They just turn on each other. They didn't have to destroy us. They all started to get paranoid. You're the enemy. You're an alien. You're this. And they were starting to shoot each other. Do you remember that episode? If you haven't seen it, it's the old black and white Twilight Zone. It's one of my favorites. Is it like this everywhere on the planet? Yes. And they're just sitting in their craft, watching. That's what's going on. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. I have an Amazon store down there in the description, and we don't use plastic. Now, there are a few items that aren't 100%, but we have things that come in paper, they're non-toxic. Let's start making wise choices. Everything you do counts. It's not them doing it to us. We're the ones that have to accept it and pay for it and eat it and use it. Consumer, right? Are you the consumer? The supplier? There's no suppliers to the consumers who won't accept it. You're powerful. You're a change maker. You want to join me? DigitalExplorers.net, Planet Conscious Online Businesses. You don't have to know a darn thing. It's self-discovery. My students are just really getting to know who they are and what their fears are. And that they have, as much as they want to be successful, still have to work through some self-sabotage because they don't believe in themselves, but they're learning to. And through that, we're creating something powerful. Multiple income streams doing amazing things that they absolutely love, they're passionate about. We should have always been functioning like that. It's time. It's not too late. It's not too late for anything. You're forever. You cannot be created nor destroyed because you are that which is undefinable. If you want to know all of these things that I was downloaded with, you can purchase my book in Amazon, and I have Audible also, so you can listen to it. That was added a few months ago, and it was a download that was so powerful, and it's going to open doors for you like you've never known before. I have called the tipping point that I talked about a year ago about what's going to happen now, where we are, and how you can get through these time periods and flourish and do what you're supposed to do here. Be an amazing self. Raise that frequency and go back into consciousness as a human being. It's a big, big job. It's a big challenge. But I know you can do it. Because you and I are equally powerful. You're all God's. These things you shall do and more. There's nothing separate from you. That thing you're asking to help you, that is you. All aspects of you. And it will help you. But know that you wield that power, and it can only assist you as the other aspect of you that allows you to make your own decisions, free will. That's a tough thing here. But I'm here to support you. I love you, and I know you are capable of anything because you're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.